Hello, hello. This is early in the morning, and we are Uriel and Carmina.
And together we're that band that is committed to bring positive messages into our music. The band that is committed to protecting, to create awareness about protection, environmental protection,
Human rights,
human rights, animal rights, and
peace.
most likely peace and inner peace. So today, instead of music, we have one of the best songs ever, one of the best soundtracks that we actually were able to collect. If we keep silence for a second, for a couple of seconds. And that's exactly what the show is all about, what the festival is all about. We're going to walk you through it. The festival is called In Tune with Nature.
Yes, and thank you to the City of Dallas, the City of Dallas Arts and Culture Office, because
We're
we're working together.
yeah,
And this
we're
festival.
founded by the City of Dallas, and also we're putting together this festival that has two online shows called Sounds of Nature. We're going to walk you through the process of recording your own sounds without spending a lot of money. What are the benefits of being exposed to nature in a very respectful way? It can be so simple that we sometimes we forgot all the benefits that just a nice walk on the park actually can bring us.
Or just contemplate the landscape, right?
Mhm. Then the second thing is going to be a walk. It's going to be a walk, park. We're going to be enjoying other people too. We're going to be exposed to the sounds of nature. But what's important is to stay away from our phones. That's I know nowadays it's a task that a lot of people don't don't see it possible. We're so used to our phones, we're so used to our devices that that we lose contact with our environment, with the context. So, and then there's going to be a concert, and this is the soundtrack that we're building the soundtrack for that concert. We're going to perform songs with the sounds of nature that we recorded and show you how easy that is to basically benefit from this. Also, Carmina,
Yes.
we're gonna tell us a little bit about our one of our guest artists that we interviewed last week. Just a quick, because we
Yes,
have a video for
we
that.
had the opportunity to have a nice chat with Jorge Dominguez, and he's a Mexican painter muralist from the Huasteca, Veracruzana, and he speaks Tenec. Of course, we don't, so for that reason, we just do our conversation in Spanish. And well, here we have that video, a really quick video. We had the chance to enjoy that beautiful morning, having breakfast right there in the lake, in White Rock Lake. Sorry, and so we had a very good time enjoying nature, enjoying the meals in nature, but also a very good chat with him. So here he goes. Are you ready with that video?
Yep, let's do it. Let me calm these birds for a second, and let's do it. Hey everybody, how you guys doing? This is Uriel and Carmina.
And today in our In Tune with Nature Festival, we are going to have a chat or an interview with Jorge Dominguez.
The intention of this festival is to motivate people and enjoy nature and understanding in a respectful way how can we reconnect with nature, how that help us to lower the levels of stress, anxiety and depression, along with listening to positive music. That's really important.
Jorge Domínguez es un pintor que ahora ya está siendo muy conocido aquí en Dallas, por cierto. Platícanos, ¿qué importancia tiene para ti la naturaleza?
Ahí es donde salió todo lo que ahora soy, ¿no? Y lo que estoy haciendo. Y la naturaleza ha sido mi inspiración, ha sido mi motivación, ha sido mi maestra, ¿verdad? Mi gran maestra. Y en la naturaleza encuentro todo. pues es importantísimo que llevar este mensaje también a través de mi obra sobre el cuidado, el respeto, ¿verdad? Y ese valor, ¿verdad? Que se merece a nuestra madre tierra.
Así es. ¿Qué recomendarías a todas estas personas que quisieran ir saliendo de este nivel de estrés?
Eso es la falta, ¿verdad? De conexión, ¿verdad? Con el entorno. Pues es un gran relajante.
Eres un gran pintor, muy reconocido muralista, una persona muy sencilla y de muchísimo corazón y amor a la naturaleza y por las nuevas generaciones. Muchas gracias por estar con nosotros. ¿Cómo dice gracias?
Alvin Chillich.
Alvin Clich. Yeah. Okay, so we had a very good time with Jorge Dominguez, and we really thank you for his time and for sharing with us his passion, and also we got some of his paintings, and we really love it because he always expressed nature in it.
And by the way, these videos actually you can find it on at Nova Pangea's YouTube channel, just in case you want to go back and see, find out more about him, more about what we're doing with other artists. Something really interesting about Jorge Dominguez is that very humble person. He was raised in the milpa, in the cornfields, and he's not ashamed of it. He's very proud of his roots. I think we all should be proud of that and support other artists with these kind of backgrounds, because something that we enjoyed and found, let me put the soundtrack, it's that he finds the way to express himself through nature. We're gonna there's gonna be 4 of these videos that we're gonna be actually launching every week, so we're gonna have more in the future, but I don't want to be a spoiler. So so just you go online, check us out, and find out more about Jorge Dominguez.
All right, so we would like to share with you some research that we did, because just like Uriel always says, that it's important to have facts. If there's no facts, there's no truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can feel it when we are exposed to nature. We can feel all the benefits around us in ourselves. But anyways, we just did some research, and just to double check about these benefits in our mental health, these benefits of not only being exposed in nature, but also listen to the sounds of nature, as well as listen to music.
Yeah, that's right. So we're gonna go with the first slideshow.
There you go. There was, but now there is not there. Okay.
That's there in the stream.
So this article published by the Scientific Reports says that just with 2 hours spending in nature, we are going to feel the difference, and we're going to improve our mental health. So it means like maybe with 20 minutes, 24 minutes from Monday to Friday exposed, or even 15 minutes, we are going to feel the benefits. And we can do it with our dogs, with our alone, whatever, but just by doing this exposure a week.
So there's another important fact right here by the University of Minnesota. What's interesting here is that it's also going to reinforcing what Carmina said, and spending time with nature connects us to not only to nature but also to our environment, to our community, and to heal from this anxiety, these mental health issues that we have in our community.
Yeah. And yet, well, it is true that it doesn't matter. The majority of people, when we feel stress, we tend to go to discharge all our stress in nature. We tend to isolate in nature, and it doesn't matter the cultures, they found that it doesn't matter the culture, the religion, but everyone tends to do that. I mean, the majority of people in these studies.
So it's a natural thing. There's an the studies continue in as you can read right there. This is basically also a good resource for parents to pass it on actually into their children, so they know how the benefits can impact their families. Like in this case, the study says that being exposure by to nature can also reduce the risk of street crime, lower the levels of violence and stress, and also aggression between domestic partners, and have a better capacity to cope with life's demands, especially when it comes to living in poverty.
Exactly. So nature heals, but also nature connects us. That's pretty much this study um, done by the University of Illinois, and it was published by the University of Minnesota. Also, the Sounds of Nature. It was a Dr. Mark Berman at University of Chicago. He ran these studies with his student, in which separated two groups of students, and 40 students were exposed to sounds of nature. Another 40 were exposed to urban sounds. So after that, they present or they take an exam, and those that were exposed to sounds, they were better in their exams. They finished early. They were more concentrated in the responses, and it means that it also is good for the cognitive abilities.
That's really important. Now, this is down on our alley. Music impact on mental health. We know that children, I mean, Carmina is a teacher. I sub as well. And you can consider that as a teacher too. We also are music instructors as well. And we see that these kids are exposed to a lot of hours on their devices. So sometimes we actually struggle, and when we're teaching, to keep them away from their devices and tell them, hey, this is your time to learn. This is your time to explore knowledge about music or math or history. And it's hard for kids to really pay attention when they're so focused on their phones. In not only the phones, the time they spend, but it's also the kind of music that they're hearing too.
Yeah, it is in this special study. It is remarkable what they say, that during the adolescence and the childhood, they tend to look for music that identify them. They look for fitting in the world. So it is also the way that they are going to explore, or even they're going to find the world around them. So we need to, as parents and teachers, we would like to be like more oriented on what type of music they're listening to. And as you can see, there's more time spending in music than in nature.
And that's sad. That's why it's important to take our kids out, well, your kids out, and also check on what kind of music they're listening to, check on what kind of influence they're getting from the outside. And it's not only music, but it's movies, it's social
Yeah.
media. They come up with these challenges that they're just, I mean, children actually are dying anyway. So what is it still?
So sometimes I ask my students when they are, I'm just checking on them, like, oh, you have the airdrops, what you are listening to? Oh, nothing. If you're listening to music, please share with us. Please share with us.
Yeah, sometimes it's just having there
So-
to disconnect from the class, from the teacher. So it's really something
Music.
that they're missing a lot. And actually, well, let's just go through it. Music impact, easy transition to sleep. If you have the right music, finding motivation for exercise by listening to upbeat dance music, that works. So it also helps to improve your self-expression, emotions by singing. That's important, or even playing an instrument. Connect to others by attending to live performances as well. This is really important.
Yeah, I identify myself by singing to express my emotions. and I tend to do it like like a therapy. And also there's another research in which they put in like tools of therapy, not only these four, but also playing an instrument. Any instrument creates it's a good tool to improve the mental health.
That's right. And now we want to share a little bit what we're doing with when it comes to music, when it comes to our relationship, when it comes to actually being exposed to nature. Is also the word respect. I mean, we've been actually we have it in the video when Carmina's picking up diapers and put them in the dumpster. The diapers right next to the to the
Yeah.
trash can. In it's really a little bit upsetting, and because it's not. And we also have an interview with Gail, for the Love of the Lake. There's an organization that actually goes and cleans White Rock Lake every second Saturday of the month. But it's not about cleaning. It's not about volunteering to clean. It's educating people not to do that. Educating people, starting from the family, starting from mom and dad, that we need to respect the environment because we breathe through the environment. We eat through the environment.
And we
Then
can find wellness through the environment.
Exactly. So if we throw something, if we pollute the environment, it sounds like it is obvious. It is obvious that people don't do what they're supposed to be doing, to keep a clean environment. And this is why we're doing this too.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Jorge Luis Arredondo, Pau Arana, and everyone who is joining us is very early in the morning. And I guess in Mexico it's earlier.
And actually, Jorge is a good friend of us. He's gonna start performing with us as well with the band, and I'm so proud to say that he's one of my new students, and he's a a great piano player, and he was into Hola Paola. He was into music in the 80s. And what is the band that you remember, Jorge, that used sounds into their songs? I remember one musician from Spain, from this band, Mecano. What's the name of this guy?
Yeah.
Nacho Cano. Nacho Cano. Thank you. See, we're connected. Nacho Cano. Nacho Cano did a CD, an LP, a record with the sounds of whales.
Mhm.
So this is not a new thing, and we don't want to claim we're doing it. It's new. It's not new. But what it is new is that we want to bring it again. And we're going to encourage people to do it again as many times as you can. Share your music. Actually, if you have music poems with the sounds of nature, just share it with us, share it with other people. Send it to a loved one, send it to your wife, send it to a friend. Even if you just go and record the sounds, just share with everybody. This is something that the community will appreciate.
Mannheim steamroller on
Mannheim
the fresh
Steamroller.
air. Okay.
There you go.
Series in the late 70s, early 80s.
There you
Okay.
go. But thank you, Jorge, for that
Thank you.
information. Well, there you go. So you guys can go and check this band. In I believe one of the things that they actually did is include sounds of nature in their music. And I remember that band. It was just back in the 70s and 80s. There was this movement of connecting with nature. So somehow we kind of disconnect each other. I don't want to blame all into the device, the technology, or even the parents, but it's just the whole thing. I was watching the other day a video of a kid very upset. I mean, I understand why, talking about gun violence and all that kind of stuff. But it's not all about the politicians, but it's also about us as people. If we continue consuming negative stuff, violent content, derogatory information or songs, towards women, what do you think we're nurturing?
Exactly.
What do you think we're
The
growing?
negative side of what we really are expecting, right? It's like we're expecting good things to happen to us. So we need to consume positive things.
That's right. So we're going to remind you the next week we're going to have the same show. We're going to have a couple of guest artists. We're going to have a couple of videos too. If you guys want to join us, you want to be part of the panel, let us know. We can send you the link. You can talk to the world out there. I know it's 9 a.m, but it's good for coffee. It's good for tea.
But it's a good day.
But
It's
a great day.
nice weather.
Every day is a good day. I mean, we like days that are people call it sad,
Rainy.
rainy. We love it. It's just going to snuggle and feel. I mean, there's still sounds, even though it's not sunny out there or whatever. But the thing is, we're gonna have another show, same format, but we're gonna show you how we've recorded the sounds, how easy in, with a little bit of investment. Sometimes you already have everything in your hands to do it. And we played it. I play those sounds, these sounds that you're hearing while I'm in the shower, when I'm driving, especially when we're driving, or when there's tension,
Hmm.
between us or something. When the tension with the world or whatever, we go back and just calm down and just listen to the sounds.
Actually, I'm gonna bring that studio too, but for next time. But the most the sound of nature that bring us more release in our brain is the water,
Oh, the water.
and then it comes the birds.
Oh,
There's like
wow.
different
Different levels.
levels. Yes.
All right, Dr. Murillo aquí here.
No, I'm still
we're
not.
gonna we're gonna do a video. We're gonna run a video. Unfortunately, we cannot play the audio because we don't want this to be we don't want
A
to,
conflict.
yeah, conflict with uh, so where you're gonna see the images and stuff. We admire this person. You can Google it. He's all over the place. I mean, he has 4 decades of bringing us information about birds and nature and stuff. But he and his team did a very important research with what we call the songs of birds. It's really important. We really encourage you to go to your local PBS station here in Dallas, KRA. Thank you guys for supporting us as well. In he did put together a group of scientists. In back in from the 70s, he actually shows his own recordings of how birds create these beautiful songs that we humans sometimes we think they are because they sing because they're
They
happy,
happy and they are
and they're
relaxing.
sometimes they're it's not that. So let's just hear it. Let's just play it for you guys you have the subtitles, so if you can check them out.
From each animal, he named a song.
That's right. So anyway,
Those are um, the waves of the singing. And
yeah, those are the ways for they came up to way to actually capture those sounds, and that you can find it on PBS as well. And we're gonna run it again. So anyway, so he went to nature. He was actually recording all these sounds. You'll be surprised why the whales sing the way they sing. They don't sing always to communicate, good vibes. They're actually singing. They're communicating with other whales, telling, "Hey, here are the humans that come to destroy and hunt us." Well, you see also the wave here of the birds singing, but you'll be surprised that sometimes this singing, these birds. That's the name of the show and everything. But they're not singing all about love and because they're happy. So go check on, on his documentary.
yeah,
That
they have different melodies depending on what they communicate. If there's alert, if they are mating, if they are
a lot of times it's just a sing of war. It's a sing of protecting their environment, the territory. So they sing in different keys and different with different sounds. They have different vocal cords. I mean, I don't have vocal cords, but they have the entries of
no.
air and everything. And because we have vocal cords that we limited to only a couple sets of vocal cords, but they don't. But the amazing part of it is that they are protecting their surroundings, and that's what they're looking for the mate.
So that's the beauty of nature.
So that's the beauty of nature. That's the beauty of science to telling us how, in so many ways, things that we didn't know, but now we know. So I think unless you have more comments on social media, if you find someone who is in need uh, to know about this information, just share it with other people. We're trying to do our best as musicians, as human beings, but also as part of a community, part of the artist community as well.
Well, I think that we don't have any more to say just for today, but see you next week. again Saturday at 9 o'clock, 8 in Mexico. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you
Thank you
for
to
being part
the
of this.
City of Dallas Office of Arts and Culture who are actually funding, in part these events. So we really want to thank those guys to help us out, and we want to thank you, the viewers, the ones who actually receive this information, the ones who are actually going to go out there and record the sounds. Again, if you guys want to share with us, share with a loved one, do it. Spend more time out there listening to the sound, listening and see what they tell us. Let's see what nature inspire you.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, thank you very much. I'm finding
We
the
were
button
Uriel
right
and
here.
Carmina, and see you next time.
See you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.